Hello and welcome to the D3 Christmas Break Podcast. I'm joined by, as always, Robert. How are you doing?
I'm great. I'm eager to give a podcast to the people again. I know we haven't been here for a while, but we haven't been lazy. We just have to get that out. You know, I had some schoolwork to do. Mark has a job and a family, so we don't always have the time to do this.
No, I had I was out and about and travelling to various different countries in the week, and just had other bits and bobs to do. But yeah, we've managed to find some time, which is good. I suppose as we were alluding to, we're not going to run through like every race. I think that'd be a bit crazy. We'll be here for quite some time, but we're just going to briefly catch up on the 3 races that we've missed, and then maybe
that's not because we forgot completely about what happened in the races. No, that's not the reason. You
know. Yeah, I'm struggling to think further back than what we're going to cover. I'm not going to lie, but then also just
I can remember Monaco. If you want, we can talk about that.
No, it's cool. We've done that. We've all moved on.
Next season.
Singapore. That's the next one. Maybe
that's
Russia.
A good shout, actually. I should start preparing for Singapore.
But yeah, then we're going to just run through also the table and maybe just analyse some of the drivers and what they've been doing. But yeah, should we kick off with Austria, right? Yeah, Austria.
Yeah, it's Austria, yes. Do you remember who won in Austria?
It was Coco.
Or was it? What a surprise. Yeah.
It was.
I'm glad to hear that.
That one was a surprise. I really thought I had that. I messed up qualifying and he didn't, and he was very quick. I was nearly as quick, but just not quite as quick, which is a bit of a theme at the moment, if I'm honest.
What was interesting at Austria is the fact that the people who started in the top 3 didn't really get much points at all. Japa started second and he finished 8th, and that was the only person in the points that started top 3.
That's a really good point, actually. That's a really good point. I had to come back from 14th. Coco was 4th.
Yes, he was.
Dave down in 9th. So there's quite a gap between myself. Well, actually, Dave and Heated really was a big gap, but we have to celebrate LFC getting his first points. That was a big moment for him.
And the fact that both LFC and Ibo managed to get points in the same race. That's great.
That was good, to be fair. But yeah, that was a little bit. I think that really kind of narrowed the gap at the top. I think it brought it down to, I think it was 11 points, I'm gonna say, or 14.
I mean, you should know that. I'm not really interested in the top 2. I know I can get close to that.
I think it brought it down to 11. No, maybe. I don't know, 10 points. No, if it's 10 points. No, it was 10 points. That's what it brought it down to. So it was a bit of a body blow, because that's probably my favourite track, probably my best track. So I knew, that wasn't fun. But it was some good results. We had Bellon as well, getting a 5th. And Wave
didn't see that until now.
Yeah, really good result for him, and Wave getting a unfortunate disconnect were kind of the themes of those races, really. But yeah,
I mean, we had some controversy at Austria that involved Dave and I, which I'm glad.
Oh yeah.
It died down in the chat because some people were calling Dave out for one particular dive bomb in turn, was it, I think, 3?
Yeah.
Which, granted, it did impact my race, and maybe I could have potentially fought for a podium. Otherwise, but that was not, it was not an intentional dive bomb. So we just had to leave it at that.
Yeah,
I didn't, accuse him of anything. So it eventually just died off. But I had to say something about that.
Yeah, definitely. No, fair. And then we obviously then we moved on to Britain, which was a very difficult race for quite a few people. I don't think it was Coco's favourite track. I don't think it was my favourite track. And we had some return to form for some people that perhaps aren't as quick or haven't shown as pace. Thinking Car Cannon, really.
That was a great race from Car Cannon, and I'm glad that we managed to get some points. We, as in Force India, because my race was horrible.
What happened with you?
I had a really bad race at Austria. Really, just unlucky. I think I actually made contact with somebody. I had to change my front wing. So yeah, I had to change it twice at Austria and once at Silverstone.
Yeah. Well, this race was really just all about Wave. I think Wave's quali time would have got him literally less than a tenth off pole in D2.
You know what I was annoyed about? I actually went for the fastest lap, and I had it for a large part of the race. I did a 129.4, and then on the last lap, Wave did a 129.2, and he just ruined my fun basically.
I remember that coming up.
I just switched off my PS4 and just went to sleep.
It was nice. It was nice to see Adrelok as well on the podium. Coco getting a few more points and cutting the lead down to 1. Actually, this was definitely 1 point at this point. So it was cut to 4, I should say. Actually, Stan corrected out of Austria and cut to 1 by picking up a podium. Yeah, so and I managed a 4th. I just wasn't very good around Austria. There's not really much to say. It wasn't like I had any incidents. It was rubbish. But yeah, Coco, I say rubbish. I was still quite quick, but yeah, Coco got 3rd, and Car Cannon was really quick, like really quick. He was almost like driving against Car Cannon last season because I was behind him and just ahead of him for quite some of the race.
And the thing is, you should expect more of that to come because Car Cannon has been getting better, not only for one particular track, but better at the game in general.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting next season, maybe me and Car Cannon can actually do something in the Constructors' Championship, not just sit there and occasionally get points.
Yeah. No, I'd agree with that. He did very well. Racing at home got his. Is that his first points? I'm just trying to think. It must have been.
I think it is. Or maybe if he got points in France.
No, he retired in France because he was doing quite well, wasn't he? I think he got a retirement. So I think that is his first points.
That's his first points of the season.
So shout out to Racing at Home. Not too much else to say, really, if I'm honest.
LFC another point.
Yeah, true.
We have to talk about that as well.
Yeah, true, and which was a nice result. Nice result for him. So he was on a bit of a lucky streak and feeling very good about life. But yeah. So good. It was a good race, but I just feel like we need some rain at some point. I don't like it, but it is more fun when there's a bit of rain every now and again.
I've been doing the rain dance for a long while, but it's not happening. I'm expecting rain at Spa. I think that's the most reasonable place where we could get it after the season starts again.
Do you know Hungary seems to rain a lot in lobbies?
Well, I mean, that's weird.
I know, it's ridiculous. It's really bizarre. I don't understand why, because it doesn't normally rain.
I mean, I did experience rain, at the real life Grand Prix in quali, which was horrible. I was soaked, but it was a fun quali though.
Yeah. maybe that's what they do every year. Maybe they look at what happened in the previous season and amend the whatever formula they use. But it seems to rain a lot there. I don't know why. But yeah, bizarre. See, now we go on to it's probably my favourite track to drive, if I'm honest, Germany. Are you fond of it?
It's one of Coco's favourites as well.
Yeah, I can imagine why. I can imagine why, because this is he finally got the lead. Finally got the championship lead and is 6 points clear of yours
just like
truly.
Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, literally. Ferrari.
We were comparing him to Hamilton before, so he proved his worth now.
I am a lot like Vettel. I'm alright when I'm leading and I'm in the front, but I'm not very good in the midfield. Yeah. But yeah, no, he very symbolic, because obviously in real life the Ferrari lost, pretty much lost the title in Germany this season. Vettel, obviously. But yeah, no, they're very very
There's
good
still
racing.
lots to fight for in D3, but yeah, I think you should be more worried from now on. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I needed a big lead. I did. I know. I needed a lead. I needed about 20 points lead. But the only place I'm confident at, I think the only races I've got that I reckon I'm quicker than him at. But obviously, I don't know how quick he is, but I would put money on me being the quickest in the division at Italy, at Abu Dhabi, and I think that's about it. I'm pretty good at USA, weirdly, but that's quite a wheel track, so yeah.
Well, you're probably quicker than him at Abu Dhabi. I don't know about Italy though, because he likes that track as well.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be interesting, but I need to keep it fairly competitive, trying to get into Abu Dhabi. If I can keep it within 15 points, I'll take that.
Well, if we can decide the title in Abu Dhabi, then that's great from our point of view, from the spectators.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Yeah, I do, not selfishly as well. Selfishly, obviously, I want it to go to Abu Dhabi because I don't think I'd be able to win it before there. No way. But yeah, he won Germany. It was a bit close. There was a last lap push from me.
Yeah, and he said he lost it in the second to last corner on the last lap, and he almost crashed.
I nearly did it. Do you know what the weird thing is though? Is that I tried to go for it because I thought there's no way I can actually overtake him here, but I've got to try. Because if I don't try, I don't win. But it was really, I did think he struggled out of it because I lost it a bit trying to, I don't know what, I was trying to take the inside line into the last corner, which is like nigh on impossible to do. But I did notice he didn't have it that smooth. But
I'm actually pissed. I'm pissed off because I didn't get to race at either France or Germany in PRL. So
yeah, they're
I have to wait till next season.
Hopefully they're picked. I think they will be. I think they're pretty popular tracks.
I mean, hopefully Monaco is picked.
Yeah,
I just want to say it. Whoever does not pick Monaco, just don't try to talk to me about that ever again. I'm gonna be mad.
I think it will get picked because of the way that we pick the tracks.
Well, it makes sense, it's a great track. Why would anybody not want to race Monaco?
I do know what you mean. I don't enjoy it, but it's still like there's an enjoyability about it that isn't like other tracks. But it'll always get picked because some people love it. It's the tracks that people don't care about that are going to fall by the wayside, like Brazil.
Hate China.
Yeah, but
some people go out.
But some people like China, so and because everyone knows that other people hate China, they'll pick it. But no one hates or loves Brazil, and that comes sixth bottom.
I love Brazil.
Yeah, but you
I'm a
wouldn't.
big fan of Brazil.
But would you put it in your top 5?
I'm not sure actually. I think I would, purely because it's such an exciting race to track to race, since it has really low grip.
Yeah. No, true. I mean, I like it, but it comes 6th bottom last time for season 16. We thought it got cut, but then I think someone didn't do, I don't know what happened. I think they didn't count someone's results by accident, and then it got elevated and it come 15th. But it nearly got cut, which is crazy because you wouldn't think that people dislike Brazil. But it's just the way that it. If you picked your 5 worst tracks, Monaco wouldn't be in the game because so many people would pick it. Or if you picked your 5 best, or if you wanted the 5 to go or 6 to go this season or whatever it will be, then if you said what's the 6 you want to get rid of, then Monaco would go.
Yeah, it makes sense. Well, I guess we'll have to see, when we actually vote for this stuff.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I'm just trying to think what else to say. Wave got his strategy really wrong on that race and started on the ultra softs. Yeah, and I don't think he was. He might disagree, but I don't think he was as quick as Coco and me. Anyway, because the 2-stop I thought was not that far behind the 1-stop, if I'm honest, from when I was testing it. But yeah, I don't know. There wasn't too many other. I mean, Bellon again with a good result, and Jabo did okay again, and obviously Ibo picking up a point. But yeah, it was a
James
fairly.
got the fastest lap.
Oh yeah.
Just noticed that.
Yeah, and there wasn't. And it was Bob's last race as a full-time driver, which we should have to say. Which is a shame, but he's a very busy man. In all fairness to him, by the sounds of it, so I don't think
hopefully he can be back, sometime.
Yeah.
In the future.
I mean, he's a reserve anyway, so he's always welcome to race. He's always welcome if he fancies it. But yeah, so that was kind of that effectively for the first time. Is that the first time Coco's led the championship? Did he lead it at all before? I don't think he did he?
No, it's the first time, yeah.
Yeah, so kudos to Coco.
Do you have to step up your game?
I don't know. I'm kind of. I don't think. I think it's a 1-horse race now. I think it looks tight, but it's not tight. I don't mind.
You know what? I'm mostly surprised about the fact they're still in 6th, despite not getting points in the last 4 races.
Yeah, it's very interesting because, I mean, you look at obviously we've spoke about Coco. He's got 175 points, so he's top. Myself 169. There is a big gap after that, which is to Wave, who's on 117. Dave on 106, but then after that, it's anybody's. You got Bray on 63 with a bit of a gap to yourself on 54, Heated on 52, James on 48, Adrolock Doc on 46, and Macca on 45. So, I mean, anyone could come 5th. Pretty much anyone could come 5th, I would say, in this division by the end of the season.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, top 3 is pretty much clear at this point. I don't think Dave is gonna beat Wave in many more races, but other than that, it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'd probably say, I mean, if we're looking at people's seasons, I suppose, in more general, I think Adrolock's probably had the most disappointing season for someone of his pace. Should have got a lot more points than 46, but I would say he will come 5th. If I'm honest, I think he'll come 5th.
Well, I would say I had a really disappointing season as well.
Yeah.
I didn't really do much.
When you think,
apart from a podium in Baku and my win in Monaco, I was just useless.
Well, that's it. 40 of your points have come from 2 out of 11 races. I know you haven't raced every race. I think you've missed 2. You've missed 2?
I missed 2 races and
Yeah.
I didn't get any points in many of them. I think I have 4 or 5 races with no points.
Yeah. So it was unusual for you. So yeah, you've got. I think Brex has had a really good season so far. I think he'd be a little bit disappointed in some places, but I think he'll be very happy with 63. Room to
I think
improve.
Dave has had a really good season.
Yeah.
I think Dave is pretty much the underdog of D3 this season.
Yeah, definitely. He's a little bit like you last season.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. He's just like me last season in D2.
Yeah. He's doing really good job, to be fair. Because I don't think I don't think he's as quick as Wave, myself and Coco, but you wouldn't think. But to be fair, he's had a lot of good results in places where some of us haven't. So fair play to him.
Yeah.
Heated.
LFC with 3 points,
Yeah.
we have to shout that out because he has been racing since last season, and it's good that he finally manages to finish some races, and not in the out of the points.
Yeah. I think the race for 16th is going to be fun. If I've got my maths right. Because
if Steve comes back, then it's not going to be as interesting.
No, well, 16th, 17th, wherever it lands, but I think whoever wins out of Ryan, Ibo, Emperor, Racing at Home, and LFC, I think that's quite a fun little battle as well.
Yeah, that could be a fun battle. I'm surprised that Con Reese has only 19 points.
Yeah, just too inconsistent. Seems to get in a lot of incidents. James has done well as well, actually. If Macca's racing most of the races, I think Macca would probably feel like he could beat Adrelok. That's quite a good little battle going into the second half of the season as well.
If Macca finishes all of the races, then I think he could potentially battle for 4th or 5th.
Yeah.
That's the problem. He is just really unlucky.
Coco needs him to get some points. He should still get the constructors, but you just don't. You can't be too sure. And he's still not out and away. I think now that Dave's got a teammate in the form of Racing at Home. I know it's a long shot. I mean, I think they should still win the constructors, but if Coco manages, if something happens to Coco and he doesn't get 175 points is an incredible score after 11 races. He'll do, if he can keep that up, then yeah, they'll win the constructors. But if he has 1 or 2 bad races, you never know.
We shouldn't rule Mercedes out either, because Bray and James can get some more points in the next 10 races.
Yeah,
we might have a surprise from them. Yeah,
that's a good point. Actually, they're quite. Yeah, they're consistent. They could consistently pick up points. But yeah, I don't know. It's finely poised. There's lots of nice battles. The one thing that I like about Division 3 from this season is it really does feel like a division. It feels like a proper league in the sense that there are multiple different battles, like real life F1 across the grid, and everyone seems to have like a group of people that they're racing against. Don't know what you think about that.
Do you know what? First of all, I just want to say that I really appreciate the fact that I can actually race people in this season, because last game on F1 2017, I didn't really get to race much. I was just minding my own business and getting points. Now I've battled Ibo in almost all of the races, and I always enjoy it. It's fun having somebody to race against.
Yeah, definitely. definitely. It has been nice to be like most races last season. I'm with you. You were a bit quicker than me towards the back end of it, so you may have had like. I'm surprised to hear that you didn't have that many, but I was just picking up like 4 points, 2 points, and just like basically 30 seconds ahead of someone incredibly quicker than me, and 30 seconds behind of someone that made a lot more horrendous mistakes than me, and just that was kind of just me just driving around and picking up 4 points and going, oh, that's really good. I'm glad of that, and then that was that really. Like,
Yeah, well, basically the only battles last season were against the top three at the likes of Waluigi, V5, and Army, and the occasional Tigapi. Other than that, the rest of us just had to drive.
Yeah, so it's good. I'm enjoying it. Yeah, so I'm going to steal RJ's idea from the previous podcast before we go and just ask. Let's bring up some questions. If you take it in turns, let's do some questions. So, who has been the most surprising driver in the sense of? I think we've alluded to it already, really, but in regards to their season so far.
Well, it has to be Dave again.
Yeah.
I have to stick with my answer. But
yeah,
it's surprising, and not necessarily that he's not a fast driver. But it's surprising because he never qualifies high at all. He only starts from the back. That's what he likes. I'm not sure if he does that on purpose. Just start 14th just to get a podium, because that's what he does.
Yeah, I can't think of anyone that stands out as much. I'd say maybe actually Heated as well deserves a shout, because I don't think Heated seemed that quick at all when he first started driving. And Ryan's done quite well as well.
Well,
but
most of the guys from D3, you can't say that they're necessarily they look quick or anything, because we're all in D3.
Yeah, true.
But when you get to actually watch them race, and especially if they have a favorite track, that's what happens to most of us, because we can all get a podium at the track that we love.
Yeah, very true. Actually, I think all of us have a track. Well, most of us, definitely have a track where we wouldn't look out of place in Division 2, but the other 19 races or 20 races we probably would.
Well, that's why we're D3 and not D2.5. So.
Yes, indeed. Anything else you want to point out for the season, or?
I just wanted to ask, who do you think is the perfect team of this season? Who do you think gets well with each other and makes the best team on the grid?
What a constructors team?
Yeah.
I don't know what people's interaction are like, other than my team and your team. If I'm honest, it's probably your team.
That's what I was going for, because Carcannon and I we interact with each other on the group chat. So that's what I was saying, because you see us talking with each other and interacting it publicly, even though we speak in private, of course.
Yeah, it's gonna be you guys. I mean, me and LFC do, obviously, as we are friends in real life and known each other a long time. But there's also an element of a little bit like you and Coco at the Christmas race. So like, obviously you two spent like loads of time basically just fighting each other and having a laugh. Like, I also kind of want to not be on the same team as LFC, because I think it would be more fun. We're not really like the kind of people that cheer each other on in everyday life. We more just take like the mick out of each other and just laugh. So it's nice.
I did pick Carcannon over Coco, so that says something about this. Because I knew Coco was coming, into the league, but as soon as Carcannon asked me if we wanted to be teammates, then I just agreed, you know.
And it could have been very different, because I could have been teammates with Wave. That was the plan in D2.
That would have been a perfect constructors team in D3.
Yeah. Wave's a good guy. I really like Wave, but yeah. What's your favourite? Okay, one last question. What's your favourite track coming up?
It has to be Singapore.
Mhm.
I just love Singapore, and I think it's my only chance of another podium. If I get to practice as much as I practice Monaco, then I think I'll probably be competitive.
Aren't you really good at Hungary though as well?
I do like Hungary, and I think I am good at Hungary. I'm not sure if I'm better than you guys,
You were
but
really
I
good.
definitely enjoy the track itself.
You were really good last season. I remember that. Or last game. What's this one?
You never know actually, because if I get to practice a lot and I actually take some time to prepare for the race, then I have a chance of fighting you guys. But for the past few races, I didn't really have time to practice with schoolwork and yeah, all this stuff. We'll see.
Mine would probably be Monza. If I'm honest, just love Monza. It's so easy. It's, like, not easy, but there's not much to it. And I don't know.
It is kind of easy. You know, it's hard to be quick at Monza. It's easy to drive around Monza. That's what I wanted to say.
The one track I hate that's coming up would be, I would say Singapore, but actually, as it turns out, I don't think it will be, and I think it will be Russia. Because I can't stand that track. I don't know why.
Doesn't LFC love Russia?
Yeah, he's really good at it. He's really good at it. It's just soul destroying.
Well, there you go. Ferrari gets some points.
What about you? What's the one track you're not looking forward to?
I really don't like Kota. I just cannot put a good lap around USA.
Feels like a wheel track, I think, just with the curves. It's a bit like Singapore, I think. But I don't know. I'm not looking forward to the next race.
Well, I mean, I am. I'm really looking forward to Hungary, because me and Coco love driving Hungary in lobbies. That's
it's your local track.
Yeah, almost.
It's near enough. It's near enough. It's like, I suppose it's, although then again, it's a bit like saying that Paul Ricard's my local track. If Silverstone ever leaves, it wouldn't feel like my local track, Paul Ricard, if I'm honest. But,
well, isn't Silverstone leaving after 2019?
Well, supposedly, yeah, it looks that way, but you never know. But no, I don't know.
That would be unfortunate for me as well, because I want to go to university in Northampton. So.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's literally down the road.
That would have been my main reason to go there, just to be close to Silverstone.
Not apart from Donington either.
Well, I mean, I just love Formula 1, so.
Check out Donington. I used to race Formula 1 in Donington. That's a really good track. But anyway, cool. So I suppose all we have to do now really is just say, like, Merry Christmas to everyone, unless there's anything you want to add.
Just a Happy New Year.
Yeah. The only thing I'd say, I did it on the D2 podcast, but just in case anyone doesn't hear it, we are planning to, and we will keep a 2019 calendar table as well, just for a lot of the new guys, particularly in D2 and D1, not so much D3 actually really, but just to have a reference point, and perhaps feel like the league started a little bit from scratch in some ways. Obviously the main season is the main season, but it would just be nice for people to see where they are in 2019. But yeah, cool. All right, well that's us, and yeah, we'll see you in Hungary on the 5th.